Shaytani rahmatullah alayhi is mentioned a thing here. Before I explain it, there's something called in usul al-fiqh dalalatun nas. What's dalalatun nas? Now you have nas, dalalatun nas, iqtida'un nas. What does dalalatun nas mean? The obvious qiyas. It's so very obvious. So it's not in the text, but it's very obvious. So for example, وَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفٍّ. Don't say what to your parents? Uff, what does that mean? If a non-believer reads this, even he would say, well, you can't say, oh, you can, there's nothing in the Quran says you can't hit your parents. It says don't say oof to them, it doesn't say you can't. So well, even a non-Muslim will say, no, that's not what it means. So something that's very obvious from the text, you call it dalalatun nas. Correct? So then he goes on to say here, وَلَا يَدْرِبْنَ بِأَرْجُلِهِنَّ. That when women are walking, they should not do darb of the arjul, meaning they should not strike their feet so that their anklets and the sounds from the anklets do what? Become apparent. You following? Yes? So now if what is more, so if that is the Sharia said, it have so much haya that you shouldn't strike your feet so that the sound from the anklets come about, then the dalalatun nas, what's above that? Everything else comes above that. Talking in a flirtatious manner, displaying your picture unnecessarily different places. No? If this is what's more attractive, the sound of your anklets or your face with makeup? So the dalalatun nas, what's in the Quran? You understand? So a lot of the stuff you have to look at it from and it says here that the anklets are not they're juz'un munfasil. They're not a part of the woman. They're part separate from the woman. So if regarding that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that they should conceal it, no matter how much haya we must have. So because we live in a very materialistic society, and I was over the last 50 years, everything swapped completely. Scarf was common. Is actually I didn't watch it, but I just saw the thing. Somebody had done a research. There's a podcast about scarf in Europe, and it was it was common. Like all women would wear scarves. That's why I keep on saying to them that when you're trying to say, trying to follow the Western values, well, what values do you mean? If you mean justice, fairness, rights, that's what Islam is all the time, no problem. But let's say, for example, a very easy example of this is, I don't know, you guys are a bit young, but some years ago, or I don't know how long ago it's been now, that in France, there's a very famous picture of a woman. She had a full thing on the beach, a full body cover. So it's a picture of police finding her. You're not allowed to wear, you have to wear bikini at the beach, or you can't allow to wear a full body cover at the beach. She got fined for this. And if you don't Google it, but if you, in the 1950s, there's a picture of a woman wearing a bikini and she's been fined in Italy for wearing a bikini. So instead of 50, 60 years, you change your 50 years, you change your whole law. So before they were fined for being immodest, and now they're being fined for being modest. They keep on changing. Do you understand? I remember one of my friends was telling me that if you look in 1900 literature or 1800 literature, there's literature in English where people are complaining about the immodesty of women, where this is in Victorian times, not Islam, that the ankles are showing. The women are becoming immodest and their ankles are showing. So this is, at one time was like that as well. So even here, there's no need to get all things that this is how natural, but as time becomes closer to shaitan, closer to Dajjal, they promote immodesty, promote fahish. What comes, inna Allah ya'murukum bil, wa shaitan ya'murukum bil fahsha. So shaitan is trying to get you to do fahsha, immoral things. So more and more as time goes on, you'll get more and more success. So you have more and more fahsha, more and more immoralities. So Muslim women shouldn't feel that we being like the husband think, why are you making, we're not forcing, it's a choice. And they make this choice because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And modesty should be as high level as possible. The face, the voice, your character, they even mention modesty as well. Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha, when she was passing away, she said that, I feel that when my body is taken to the grave, then she's going to be covered in her clothing, top to bottom. But even then, my body will be, they can see the clothes on my body. So then Asma bint Umais, she had done hijrah to Abyssinia before. So she said in Abyssinia, what they do is that they have the woman, they cover the whole thing. Like, so the body is covered in cloth, and above that they have a covering. So you can't see the cloth of the dead body. Now there's a woman, she's passed away, she's covered up totally, but Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha is what? Worried that somebody's gaze may fall upon this. So this is a high level of haya. But again, if somebody finds this really extreme, it's because our tabi'ah is sick. When you have COVID, you taste good food and bad food, you're sick. You can't taste it, you don't know if it tastes good or tastes bad. If you're sick and your tabi'ah is mashed up, your health is not well, good food and bad food, they all taste, when good food tastes, it doesn't taste nice. So what the Sharia has put forward to us is the best way. And if it doesn't appeal to you or it seems really wrong to you, it's not because the Sharia is wrong, it's actually because of what? Because of ourselves. And I go around, not tangent here, like for example, Rashid Thani Rahmatullah Ali mentioned somewhere else, he goes that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that deen is easy, but we find that deen sometimes difficult, no? So because the reason for this is not because deen is difficult, it's because society has made it difficult. It's like, for example, if you want to go here and go and get a passport, is it difficult? What do? Just go and apply for it and get it. But if there's corruption in the country, and there's no internet system, or what is there? You have to go to the office, and the guy says, no, you have to pay a bribe. So not part of the fee, you just got to pay the guy just to get served. Now he's made it difficult. So now to get a passport is difficult. So passport itself is not difficult. But what's happened now? Because of the bribe and all the things that they do, it's difficult. You follow me? So for example now, let's say for example, you say bribe is haram. You say giving bribe is haram. So bribe being haram, is that difficult? Is that difficult? It's not difficult. Some don't pay bribe, but it causes a problem. But if the whole society says nothing gets done without bribe, and you have to give a bribe to get things done, you say no, Islam is difficult. This rule of Islam to not give bribe and not to give rishwa is difficult, isn't it? Because everybody thinks haram to get a child in school, they have to give a bribe. To get your kid in Modesty, have to give a bribe. To get a driving license, have to get a bribe. To get insurance, have to give a bribe. It can happen, innit? So now, not giving a bribe is a hard rule. But why is it? Because the rule is hard because society is bad. Society is bad. Are you following? If we say to control the gaze is hard, to control the gaze is hard, not because it's difficult, it's because society has made everything, there's nudity everywhere. So not the hukam is difficult, but society is like, for example, you say, well, feeding is very easy, like eating basic food is very easy. But if nobody farms in a society, then it's like nobody become a farmer, nobody looks after the rice and the wheat and the vegetables. Now finding basic staple food is difficult. So it's not that the food is this, that you guys have made it difficult. You understand? So deen is easy, haya is very easy, modesty is very easy, but we have made it, society has made it difficult. So now in these circumstances, to go counter current is much more rewarding. Yeah, so keeping a beard, like even Einstein had a beard, Darwin had a beard, even like your Hazrat, your Huzur he wasn't really atheist, but the one who you base all your Ala Hazrat of Darwinism and evolution, he had a beard. So at that time it was easy for everyone to keep a beard. Now our time is difficult because if you keep a beard now, they say what you are. Yeah? Again, same thing I mentioned before. One time everybody has a beard, that's the customs, and everybody has a beard. So like you keep on changing. So we're a bit slow. We take time to catch up with you. So we're still in Darwin time. So when give us some more time to get to the time where our women are still in Victorian times. We're a bit slow. So let our women wear scarves. We're following Victorian English times. And our men are still following Victorian men times where we keep long beards. Simple like that. So anyway, so the Dalatun Nas is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَا يَدْرِبْنَ لِأَرْجُلِهِنَّ, don't strike your feet. And if that is prohibited, then obviously the other things which are more seductive, which are more, which pulls attention more, then بطريقة أولى these things should be abstained from. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us ability to act. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu